people of the internet! Why heart attacks are striking young people and surprising connection to a pandemic drug. Let's get into it. I've been hearing that. So are we saying that there's correlation between the pandemic drug, if you know, you know, and heart attacks? I've been hearing about that, man. I've spoken on this before as well, too, how it seems as if anybody could get heart attacks, anybody could get a stroke. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter what the case is. But in this article, according to the Daily Mail, entitled, Why Heart Attacks Are Striking Young People and Surprising Connection to a Pandemic Drug. Doctor reveals why more young people are suffering from heart attacks. Let's get into this. This comes from the Daily Mail. Why heart attacks are striking young people and surprising connection to a pandemic drug. Heart attacks are typically thought to occur in older and unhealthy people, those suffering from diseases like obesity and diabetes. Every year, about 805,000 people in the United States have a heart attack, and the CDC estimates one American has a heart attack every 40 seconds. In 2024, it was estimated that approximately 695,000 Americans died of a heart attack disease, or died of a heart disease. Heart disease, of course, is one thing that I do know is definitely prevalent. Of course, it is going to be heavily impacted on your lifestyle habits, how you eat, how you move, whatever the case is. But again, even as the article just said as well, too, a lot of people were under depression that that's something that happens when you're older. So you don't got to worry about that. But now, young people, old people, whatever. However, more and more young people are experiencing the deadly episodes with heart attacks among 18 to 44 years old, increasing 66% between 2019 and 2023. So between the years of 2019 and the years of 2023, heart attacks amongst the age of 18 and 44-year-olds increased to 66%. Why? I have some ideas. I think this article has some ideas as well, too. Roughly 0.3% of Americans in that age group had a heart attack in 2019, but in 2023, that rose to 0.5%, or 1 in 200 people. While that may seem like a relatively low number, it means 1 in 5 heart attack patients are younger than 40. Some doctors are calling alarming. Now, a top cardiologist has revealed to dailymail.com 4 reasons heart attacks are surging in young and healthy people. That's the thing that gets me as well, too. Young and healthy people. So you can go to the gym, you can be exercising, you can be doing everything that they tell you to do, but for some reason, us young folks that fall under this age group are still victims or could be subjected to heart attacks. That worries me, folks, because you eat right, you exercise right, you stay hydrated, whatever the case is, but yet you could still fall victim to such an illness. It concerns me. Dr. Evan Levine, a cardiologist at a major university hospital, told this website heart attacks among young people may be on the rise because of things like drug abuse and stress. Interesting. Right. Heart attacks in people ages 18 to 44. Of course, you see the chart here. This cardiologist from an undisclosed hospital, university hospital, saying that it might be amongst drug abuse and stress. Prescription drug abuse. Dr. Levine said he believes one of the leading causes of heart attacks is abuse of prescription medications, including amphetamines like Adderall and methylphenidate. I'm not a doctor, such as Ritalin, both used to manage ADHD. Adderall, a stimulant, of course, we know what Adderall is. The medication, which is taken by over 16 million adults in the U.S., increases attention and decreases hyperactivity in ADHD patients. Interesting. So, reason number 1 why this might be happening. Reason number 1 why young adults, people that are aging between 18 and 44, are experiencing heart attacks at such a young age. One reason may be prescription drug abuse. Next option here looks like spontaneous coronary artery dissection. Spontaneous coronary artery dissection is an emergency condition where the wall of the coronary artery tears, potentially leading to a heart attack. It is commonly seen in young women and most times after they give birth, Dr. Levine told the website. So interesting, right? Interesting. While the exact cause of the condition remains unknown, hormonal fluctuations, inflammation, and possible underlying conditions like fibromuscular dysplasia, abnormal growth of tissue within the walls of medium and large arteries are suspected. Interesting. Reason number 3 as to why young adults, of course, young people from the ages of 18 to 44 may be experiencing premature heart attacks. Reason number 3 is due to obesity, folks. This is one that we are more commonly aware of. Eating healthy, of course, if you are putting more toll on your body, being overweight, not eating healthy, eating fatty foods, whatever the case is, these are things that can clog the arteries and things of that nature. So this one doesn't shock me. Obesity is indeed that Americans get made fun of a lot from other countries. You always hear in other countries that they make fun of us for being fat and lazy. If you go to like China, Japan, whatever the case is, or any of those other countries, they ask us, why do we eat so much? It's those foods that you guys are eating that are filled with sugars and fats and salts and whatever the case is. Let's see here. More than 100 million or 40.3% of Americans are suffering from obesity across the country. That is a lot of people. And studies estimate over 370,000 deaths per year in the U.S. are linked to excessive body weight. Folks, I'm hearing the new term, big backs, right? What's the one joke I've been seeing as of late? It's like you knew summer was coming, but you kept eating. All of you folks that are into your health, whatever the case is, are trying to get that summer body. The weather's getting nice. You want to be outside, right? Ladies, you want to wear that bathing suit. Fellas, you want to, go to that day party, whatever the case is. You knew summer was coming, but you kept eating. I've been seeing that as of late, man. Take care of yourselves, folks. I was speaking about that as well, too. Once you reach a certain age, it's all about maintenance, right? Maintenance. You don't have the luxury to be eating like a pig nowadays, man. Maintenance, folks. Maintenance. So obesity, of course, is one thing that I do know is prevalent here in the United States. Seems to be one of the causes of heart attacks in young people as well, too. Let's get to this fourth reason as to what is causing these heart attacks. Crime-related stress. Interesting. So not any type of stress. We all got stress, right? But according to this article from the Daily Mail, one of the reasons, the fourth reasons as to why young people are experiencing heart attacks is due to crime-related stress. Yikes. Stress can have a major impact on health, from affecting sleep to raising blood pressure. Not getting enough shut-eye can be dangerous. And while work-related stress has often been the focus, Dr. Levine told thedailymail.com that stress from crime may be a major contributor to early heart attacks. Why y'all committing crimes? Fall back on the crime to relieve your crime-related stress, bruh. I spoke on this as well, too. The beauty of being able to sleep with a clear conscience and not have to worry about looking over your shoulder for wronging people. I said that not too long ago on other streams, right? Just live purely, folks. And you won't have to worry about crime-related stress. Crime-related stress, folks, according to this article. Crime-related stress. Stop committing crimes so you can lower your crime-related stress and hopefully be able to avoid a heart attack, according to this article by the Daily Mail. But yeah, that's basically it, folks. Basically, they didn't say what I thought they were going to say. It made me lead. I don't see the connection to the pandemic drug. Maybe if I read more in greater detail, of course, I kind of just skimmed through these articles. I don't want to bore you guys. Of course, I would always be sure to leave the link to the full article if you guys are interested in this topic. But the one thing, folks, I guess I maybe fell under prescription drugs. Honestly, folks, there is some speculation, if you care to go down that rabbit hole with me, that ever since you know what happened, I do plan on uploading this on YouTube, so I got to watch my words. But I am on Rumble and I am on Twitter, so I can speak freely while I'm doing this live. But ever since you know what happened in 2020, and we were told to go get the mandatory you know what, we're seeing an increase of young people and this, that, and the other. And, some of us are maybe still saying that we won't see the long-term effects until later, this, that, and the other. But I thought maybe that's what this article was maybe alluding to, just off of the title. But under my impression, of course, some people are maybe always asking, hey, man, I've been seeing as of late, of course, on social media, when you hear somebody pass, they always ask, oh, did they get the jab, right? The jab, did they get the shot? Did they, whatever the case is. I'm not necessarily going to rule that out, folks. I'm not. Of course, man, it's like people might have thought that during the pandemic, COVID shot, whatever the case is, COVID-19 was a good thing. People were a little bit skeptical of it. I, of course, was one of the people that was super skeptical of it. Although I did end up, I guess, eventually having to take it, whatever the case is, reluctantly, I guess you could say as well, too. But I'm going to leave that up to you, folks. I'm never going to try to sway you one way over the other. I'm never going to try to force you to believe the things that I believe, whatever the case is. But I just want you to be aware of these things. It does seem pretty accurate that ever since the pandemic happened, things been a little bit different. Everybody can almost agree. I think we can all unanimously agree that ever since 2020, things ain't been the same. Our lifestyle, the economy, the social dynamics between, different cultures, whatever the cases, things have been different since 2020. And I think things are only growing to be more different as we progress. So, very interesting topic. Of course, folks, as you guys know, I like to speak on things that hopefully have some take-home value for not only myself, but for you guys as well, too. If you guys are maybe concerning, of course, celebrated a birthday last week, so I maybe fall under this demographic of the 18 through 44-year-olds. I don't know who's watching out there as well, too, but I'm assuming you also fall under that category of the 18 and 44-year-olds. So I thought this would be some relevant news, right? I thought maybe this would be some relevant news, maybe things that we should be aware of, things that maybe we can avoid, right? Eating healthy. When we eat healthy, we want to get some exercise. We want to get outside, things of that nature. But we do want to be aware that these things do happen. And it's not only designated to the old folks, right? Anybody could get cancer. Anybody could get a stroke. Anybody could get a heart attack. So do as many preventative measures as you can to see to it that you can avoid those happenings, folks. That's the take-home value that I got from this article.